Welcome to the Michiana Business Podcast, where we put local legends and businesses in the spotlight for everyone in our area to see. If you love small businesses and success stories, then you're in the right place. You're listening to the Michiana Business Podcast with your friends, hosts, and owners of industrial office cleaning right here in Michiana, Caitlin and Alonzo Perdomo.
Yeah, that's really neat to know because as a business owner and you want to start a business or you're doing a business, you're like I want to take as much as I can. But really, if you niche it down, I can say niche down. It's like everybody has like landscaping, right? But which ones are your clients you want to serve? You want to serve only banks? You want to serve only clinic, only hospitals? You have to find out that and then learn exactly what is it that they're going through, what kind of stress they have, and then from there create that message. Because most of us we just want to serve as much as we want, but we can't until we learn from our client what pain they have, what struggles they have. They have to be trust me and able to serve them. So that's really good that you say you have to know your client, because if you don't know your client, how can you can shoot like a dart in the air and you don't have a target.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
targeting is a good.
Any other samples that you want to share with us, like how we can create a good marketing for our clients?
Yeah. I guess a combination approach is often helpful. We do like to zero in on who your best user is, but there's people around that, around the fringe that will likely convert to using your clients too. So you take a targeted approach, but you can also combine that with a broader approach and see some pretty good success.
Okay. My other question that I have for you, because you talk to 1,000 people, they own their business, right? And I'm sure you're to the ones like me, they just start beginning and they don't know what to do. So what will you say to those people?
Just line up your expectations before you get into it. It's if you don't have expectations aligned, everything seems like an emergency. It's like, hey, the phone didn't ring today. It's like, well, were we trying to get the phone to ring today? Maybe we should put the phone number, in or something like that. As long as the expectations are aligned well, it keeps any panic from settling in, and then give it a little bit of time. It's not like flipping a light switch where people all of a sudden come in and are bombarding your business. If it was that easy, everybody would just do it, right?
Yep. It's one of the things that I, when I start, I can mention me, I've been doing this for a little while, but when I start, I was afraid to marketing because I expect like, oh shoot, I'm not ready. What about if I'm not ready? I don't have enough people behind me. And this takes time. I mean, it's like, you're going to put it up there, you're going to put your content. And sometimes you get lucky and you start getting right away customers. Sometimes it's going to be like, oh, shoot, it's going down. But it's just like anything. Some people, they have the pain. Some people, they don't have pain. And when they have the pain is when we have to be ready for it. So I was going to ask you, so if you just created your business, what would you say to those people? Like, okay, you got it. How much money you got to have in place and able to start marketing with our station or with the radio, because you run 2 radio stations, right?
There's all kinds of research out there when you're beginning your business and how much you should put towards marketing. Some people say, on the low end, 1 to 3%. On a higher end, they might say 15 to 25% needs to go back into marketing. It's going to be different for every business owner. They're going to have to know what they're getting into, what their market is like, and how much they want to grow and how quickly. So
in other words, who I want to serve, and I know all the struggles they're going through, and I know who I want to target, I can put in a limit money if I know that I'm going to get results that I want. Is that correct?
Yeah. For example, we've had business owners on our fringe of listenership. Even they're out in Shipshewana, but they have been in business for some time and just word of mouth advertising, haven't used radio before. So they thought they were ready to use radio, and they got with me. We put a good campaign together. We reached the listeners, and they responded. Um, he was calling me back about 3 months later and saying, "Chris, I think I need to cancel." And I was like, "Oh no, what's happening?" And he's like, "I'm getting so many phone calls, I can't keep up." And I was like, "Okay, but that's a good problem to have." Um, Canceling, might not be the best strategy, but we could definitely make some adjustments because it is a lot. You have growing pains. As your business starts to get more successful, you need to hire more people. You might need to hire more people just to answer phones, to do the work, to go give quotes, all that stuff. You got to think of. So
Just go back to if you are ready to advertise with Chris and you don't have the muscle behind and you start freaking out like, oh shoot, now I got to turn it off, but you don't know if he turned it off is the right action because maybe it's going to slow down and maybe it's going to take a long time to catch again. So in other words, it's like make sure when you start ready for advertising, make sure you have a system in the back so I can support you and don't cancel. Have a plan like, okay, slow down the ad. So see if we can continue. People listen to us and people know about our name, but we don't shut it down. Is that good to say?
that's not bad. I think it hasn't been an overly abundant problem, but it does strike a few business owners with a little bit of high stress to have to react so quickly to an ad campaign. So just kind of be prepared for anything. It could be an immediate result sometimes, where it is a lot. And um, I haven't met a business owner yet that was convinced that being overwhelmed was a huge problem. They're usually the owners themselves are pretty excited to be overwhelmed and accepted to the new challenges. So
Yeah, that's like I said, it's a good point to have many calls and oh no, that's exciting for me.
yeah, the managers get a little stressed, but we push through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So tell us again where they can reach you, how they can reach you, by mail, par or cell phone, or where you guys are located. So if anybody want to be like, yes, I'm ready to do advertising, where they can reach you.
Yeah, so our radio station reaches St. Joseph and Elkhart County, and just about every county that touches it, it reaches inside a little bit. So if you're in those counties and you own your business, and you're looking to reach more people, you can give me a call. My cell phone's 574-386-4078. You can email me at CALUMBAUGH, Alumbaugh at 953mnc.com. Or you can check our website, 953mnc.com, and advertise with us. Just ask for Chris. So,
Nice. All right. So how long it takes? Let's say like I'm desperate. I want to look Chris up. How long Chris gets to me after I leave you a call or a message? How long do you respond?
usually the same day, unless it's on the weekend, or after 5 o'clock. Like I said, I'm a family guy, so I usually respond first thing in the morning, though, if I see those in the evening. So
Awesome, awesome. So there you go, guys. You guys can reach Chris. He's gonna do as much as he can to put you to shine like a sun up there, really bright. So just be patient and be prepared for when you start advertising with somebody, either with Chris or whoever you want to advertise. Make sure you have a tied up a plan so you can focus and grow. Because we, as a business owner, we just focus on like and they grow, but we forget about all the other systems that we can do and people professional like Chris that they have the mindset to okay, I'm gonna let you do your work. I'm gonna focus on this so I can bring you more customers. So what would you say to those people up there that like, oh, it's too expensive, I can afford it? What would you say to them?
well, let me say this: is a lot of people try to get everything in line before they call me, and you don't have to do that. You can call me first if you're thinking you want to reach it and you're not sure you're ready. We can talk about it, and we can make sure that you're ready. But then, if people think it's too expensive, um, I don't run into that a lot because I do kind of establish what kind of marketing budget you do have, and then we can talk through the expectations together a little bit. So um, it there's an affordable medium to serve you, and radio is a great affordable medium to start with.
There you go. Let me ask you this other question. I know you say you work with people, like if they don't have enough budget, they don't have enough money coming in. I know you work with them. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
just about everybody. So
Okay. I'm sorry to cut you off. See, I'm always talking too much. You should tell me, explain this thing. But why did you do this? Why do you want to do marketing? What is behind? What is
oh man.
Chris?
So I it it's a good question. I was getting into marketing. I left the gym industry because I was working like super early in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, and that's just a lot of work, right? We were pretty successful, but it was I needed to get into something else. I thought maybe I'd get my own gym started, and I wanted to know more about marketing before I did that. So I had some friends in TV advertising. So I called on, I looked up TV stations, checked out radio stations, did some research, found Federated Media, and I was like, that looks like a good family owned business. I'll go talk to them. I interviewed, and what really got to me was something she said in the interview where she said, we move people. And radio can do that, whether you're listening to music, listening to the news that's happening in your community, it kind of moves you and it has an emotional connection. And business owners might have a special message or a fundraiser or a charity, and you hear all those radiothons, and they all sound good and can move you, right? So that moved me because actually at the gym I had tennis shoes, and on the back of them, because I kind of went with that mentality, I had stitched in, it said moves, because I was going to work every day to move people, to try to get them, literally move them on the treadmill or with the weights or something, but also move them to have more self-confidence and feel a little better about themselves. So it felt like a good fit. I recommend working at Federated Media to everybody because it's just a good team atmosphere that makes going to work enjoyable. And if you're passionate about helping people, that's what I do all day, help business owners. So
I was gonna say, like, you seem like you like to help people, and you was working in the gym, like you said,
yeah,
and people. Now you starting like, how can I touch more people? How can I help more people? So that's amazing to have a person behind, especially if you trying to help me to grow my business. Have a person like that, like they cares about the people. Don't try to rip them off. Oh, I'm gonna charge as much as I can so I can get my paycheck. Just by saying like you like to help people, that's amazing. That's amazing. So my second question is like, how this radio help the community?
how does radio help the community? Oh,
Yeah,
how many ways? We could talk another hour.
let's do
um,
it.
we're connecting people in the community. Trying to think. I think most of the people that work for the radio station, we're local, we're live content. Um, we live here. We care about what's happening. Um, Radio can help the community by delivering information, by just playing music. Like I said, that can move people. Music's kind of amazing like that. News talk, what's happening now, businesses telling you where they're at, what they're doing, what they offer. Um, we do a lot of community partnerships with charitable organizations. On MNC, we have St. Margaret's House, which is a downtown women's care center in downtown South Bend. We have a Five Star Life organization, and they're incredible. They help at-risk youths before they kind of fall out of the educational system. So they catch them when they're younger, maybe in fourth or sixth grade or something, and get them back on track and kind of give them the confidence they need to succeed at school and everything else. So just putting together some radiothons like that, raising money and awareness in the community. It's kind of a nice way to get involved.
So there you go. Continue helping people is continue changing people's lives just by hoping in the radio because he has all these other things that they do the radio that we don't even know. Oh, it's just the radio, but all this behind scenes like helping people, helping kids, keeping in school and all that. That's a lot to say to this guy. I mean, uh, if you want to advertise with somebody like that is going to care about their business and care about you and care about other people. That says a lot about this guy right here. To be you on the other side, if you know, I'll give you a big hug, buddy.
Thanks.
Okay, buddy. So let's change it a little bit. What did Chris like to do? What is the favorite restaurant that he likes to go? Just in case if somebody like that run into you and he wants to start talking to you right there, what restaurant do you recommend to go? Or your favorite?
Oh man, matters where I'm at because I do drive a lot for work. But Antonio's in Elkhart. If you like Italian food, he's doing it right. He gives us way more than we need to eat, but it's it's amazing every bite. I really like Uptown Kitchen up here in Granger. They are surprisingly good because everything looks pretty healthy on their menu, and oh man, it's good. Um, yeah, so there's a couple places I guess I like to eat at.
There you go. You start making me hungry. So only what? Almost 11. Anyway, so what book do you recommend to people to read, or what book do you read?
What books do I read? I'm a light reader, so I go through and scroll newspaper articles mostly. Book, I haven't read a specific book this year yet, but when I do read, it's usually a children's book
There
to
you
my
go.
nieces and nephews.
That's good. That's good. There's a lot of stories in there, and you relax your mind, and you back to the out of the stress because I'm assuming you got a stress too when you deal with so many things in there. So when you read something, you relax. So that's really good. So
Yeah.
what did you like to do in your personal time?
In my time, I still exercise a little bit, so I try to go to the gym in the early mornings, or I bought an older house, so I do try to remodel or keep things working in it every now and then. But it's got a nice little workshop in the basement. I'm getting a collection of tools and getting a little handy myself, so it's kind of nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome because when you always learning things and you're always not afraid to do things, uh, the sky is the limit. I mean, it's good. So, three things that you can recommend to the people that's going to start a business, or you don't want them to do those mistakes because you already done it. Three things that you like can help up there with those things.
Oh man, I can repeat something I saw on Shark Tank. He said, if what do you got to say to people that want motivation to start a business?
Mhm.
He said, if you need somebody to tell you to be motivated, don't start your own business. So you got to be motivated individual to have a drive to start your own business. Three things. That's one. Two, to business owners out there, make sure you're telling people what you have to offer. A lot of people just don't know. So whether it's a word of mouth program that you have, digital content, or if you use the radio, you just got to let people know what you have. You'll be surprised at how much more um, you, of a response you get when you're advertising, marketing to them. And then third one, um, what do you tell people?
Make sure like make sure like if you're gonna start your business, make sure you have three things in mind. A lot of people look for like a special sauce, like oh, what can this coach give it to me, or what the writer's gonna give it to me. I think it's just basically you had to be committed, discipline, and repeat every single system that you have. Because a lot of people focus in the big picture, like big goals. Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
Well, they don't focus on the system that they have. The system is what is going to take you up there. So make sure you work in your systems. Doesn't matter. Don't feel pressure like, oh, I do so much and it still looks the same. But look at the systems you have. You control the systems, you're going to get there. If you don't control the systems, you forget like, oh, I got to see this big goal in mind. Forget about the goal. Have the goal and then work in your systems. That's what is going to get you up there. So any
yeah.
other words you want to say, Chris?
I think that's a pretty good start. I think successful business owners I found are that I've had the privilege to work with are people who are engaged in their communities. They're not absentee owners. They're working themselves. They care about what's happening in the community, and they're looking to benefit their community. So those are great qualities to have for any business owner, and it kind of breeds success. So.
That's all right. That's right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up with Chris. He's an amazing person. I know him back in the day. He doesn't remember me very well, but
I remember you.
So he's a really good guy. He's a funny guy. He's always very friendly. So if you guys want to start advertising with him, I recommend it because I know who he is and he loves to help people. He's there to help you, not to take you money. So if you want to reach out back to him and say, hey, Chris, I'm ready. I'm interested. I want to hear from you. What can I do for my business? There we go. Can you just give the number again real quick?
Yeah, my cell phone, 574-386-4078.
There we go, guys. So don't forget to reach him. And that's all we have for today. Don't forget to sign up in Michiana podcast if you want to share your story or help the community. And a lot of people want to learn from each other. And a lot of people want to keep it to themselves. And sometimes that hurt ourselves because we don't share it with the people. And maybe you helping other people. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for listening and see you in the next one.
If you're in the Michiana area and would like to have us put your business or story out there for everyone to hear, sign up at michianabusinesspodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.